Hey everybody, it's Chef Jeff, and I just want to start a cooking show. I'm in the content kitchen. We need to eat lunch today. I've got Brad behind the camera who's always hungry and needs to be fed, and so we're just going to make some pizza. We're going to use some crazy ingredients that we may find in the marketplace. Some of them may not seem crazy to you, but for me, maybe it is. Also, I'll get products sent all the time that we're constantly using here in the kitchen, but I never actually capture it, so we're going to start doing that. The first video we're going to do is we're going to make pizza using this Banza crust. So Brad, as I mentioned, is always talking about their pasta and how much he loves it. And he saw their pizza crust and he said, what does the pizza taste like? And I go, I've actually had it. It's pretty good stuff, I think. So let's make a pizza. Little twist, we're going to make sauce from scratch using some very basic and simple ingredients. Let's just get started. So all you really need is some tomatoes, canned tomatoes. You can use crushed tomatoes, puree. There's a whole lot of ways to make tomato sauce. There's a lot of ways to make pizza sauce. Do what makes you happy. Do the kind that you want. So for me, it's going to be tomatoes, basil, oregano, a little garlic, salt, pepper, onion powder. I'm going to use avocado oil. Yes, avocado versus extra virgin olive oil, just because the EVO burn point is so low. It's a great finisher, and I want to use avocado. So I'm simply going to get started is putting in some oil into the pan. And I'm doing a small batch. You can scale up, you can scale down. We'll put in the notes what we're doing, how much we're using, all that kind of stuff. But cooking to me shouldn't just be about set amount of ingredients. You should really feel the food as you're cooking, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna heat up a little oil, throw in just 3 cloves of garlic. Again, we're just doing one small can, and again, you can scale up, scale down. Let me find my can opener. Hey Brad, can you give me the can opener, please? It's in the bin. Brad's getting the can opener. So while he's doing that, so I'm gonna let that garlic kind of start to infuse. Perfect, thanks man. We'll get that going, and then we will throw these tomatoes right in. I'm using a whole peel. We're gonna end up using a stick mixer to blend it up, and it can be as chunky as you want. It can be as smooth as you want. Again, there's no rules when it comes to food, all right? It's just having fun. So we're letting that go. It's warming up, letting that garlic. I just threw them in whole. I'm gonna end up buzzing it up using, like I said, a stick blender. You can also use a regular blender, you know, like if you've got a regular blender at home, you can throw all your ingredients in there, buzz it up. That works too. So while that's going, it's getting all happy, I can throw those tomatoes right in. I don't have to wait. And the reason I'm heating my product up is I think it just creates a depth of flavor, right? A lot of people wonder why somebody's food tastes better than others. I just think it's gonna give a complexity of flavor as we allow the garlic to kind of marinate with the tomatoes. We're gonna throw in a little basil here, dried basil. And how much, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna end up tasting it and trying it, seeing what comes of it. Little oregano. Go in there with a little oregano. Doot, doot, doot. Little onion powder. Take the wrong onion. You could also saute some onions in there if you wanted to, right? That would work as well. I like a little bit of heat, just a little bit. So just a tiny bit of crushed red pepper. Open that up. Just a touch. I don't want too much. Maybe I'll do it over my hand. There we go. Again, just for a little flavor development. And then a little bit of salt. Yep. And a little pepper. And then I'm going to turn this up. Now I do have the luxury of having an induction cooker so I can get this spot on, but you know, medium low. You don't want it to be too high. Start bubbling like it is right there, boiling.
What kind of induction cooker you got there?
We're using a Breville Polyscience induction cooker today. That's what we have in the kitchen, so that's what I'm using. Use what you have. That's the whole point. So we're gonna just kind of break those down a little bit. Again, I'm gonna try it, taste it, see how it all comes out. Kind of let those tomatoes break down a little bit before we stick blender it. And if it doesn't get as smooth as I want with the stick blender, then I will. See, I'm starting to boil. Gotta let it cool down. All right. Yeah, we should be good. All right, we're gonna let that get all happy inside. Something else I like to throw in And a lot of Americans use sugar. I just don't like sugar in the sauce. So what I'm actually going to use is carrot. So what you'll do is you can actually use the carrot to help pull some of the acidity out, and some of the natural sweetness will actually stick in. So you can grate it in if you wanted to. I do that all the time with my kids. They don't know about it. Makes good for good getting some vegetables into their diets. I'm gonna wash this real quick. Another trick. I don't think people know to do this. Carrots are dirty. They grow on the ground. Let's take some plastic wrap. And you can take that and put it right over your board. And then when you're actually peeling, you can just peel onto the plastic, and then you can collect it all, and then you can use that to make soup, stocks, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to use it today. You know, that's the reality of today's world. Not all the time we can use everything every night. You're busy. So I'm just going to peel this. I'm also not making any stocks or soups anytime. So I'm just going to peel this. Okay, if you have a double-sided peeler, you can go back and forth. Really easy method. If not, you can just scrape down. Just get the outside peel off. And then simple as literally just boom. Now I don't have to clean my cutting board. Okay, I don't need a full carrot either. I'm going to just use a partial piece to kind of absorb into the sauce. Okay, just kind of stick it in there. That's going to absorb some of that acidity, and I think it's just going to give it a really good flavor. So that's going to, again, marinate down, bring the flavors together. So while that's simmering, I'm going to catch you on the backside when it gets done, and then we're going to stir mix that. Okay, we're back on the other side of our sauce simmering down. I'm going to pull the carrot out real quick and buzz this up. So again, that carrot's just going to help bring down some of the acidity. I got my beautiful pink stick mixer. You like that? Make sure it's on low. Don't start a stick mixer on high. It'll explode everywhere. So let's get this buzzed up. And I just want to make sure the tomatoes are blended up, that garlic gets blended as well. All right, I think that's good. All right. I can also add in, if it's not as thick as you'd like or you blend it down too thin, you know, you can always add a little tomato paste for some body. I actually have some. I like using it from the little squeeze tube, makes it easy. So just a little tomato paste. That'll give a little body as well to your sauce, a little depth. Again, don't need a lot, and we can just kind of mix that in. And then from there, it's all up to you on adjusting the seasoning, the taste. We're going to taste it. Let's try it. Make sure our salt's where we want it to be. Did we get enough acid pulled out? Again, you can let this simmer for half hour. It's really your determination on your time frame. If you want to be real lazy, you can just take everything, blend it all together, and then put it right onto a pizza. No need to cook it down. I just like that development of flavor. Let's give it a try. So I think we need a little more salt, tiny pinch more pepper, and then I'm going to add just a bit more on the basil. Because when we make the pizza, you'll see I like to add lots of seasoning onto the pizza. So I'm going to mix that in. Hang on, I'm giving it another taste real quick. Yeah, I like the salt on that. Okay. Now, if you really wanted to, you could take this and probably put it right onto, you know, like a pizza crust that we have. I'm going to chill it down for just a little bit. And then you could take that, put it in a jar, put it in a container. You've now got pizza sauce. You can use it on pasta. You know, to me, they're all interchangeable. It's a tomato sauce. So we can add that, again, to anything we want. I'm going to take this, get it chilled down. And then when it's chilled down, we'll actually build the pizza. As my sauce is chilling down, I just realized we got to put some toppings on the pizza, and what better to put on pizza than sausage, especially being here in Chicago. So I have some leftover pizza Italian seasoned sausage from Fisher Farms, high quality product, that I'm just gonna cook off. Let's cook this off real quick. Again, we don't need a whole lot. That's the beauty with sausage, is you can cook what you need. So I'm just gonna squeeze out some from the tube here, and we're just gonna saute that up. Okay, I got my sausage cooked up. I'm gonna throw that onto some paper towel just to absorb some of that grease. Get enough from pizza and the cheese. Take a little bit off. What I like about this sausage is that there's not as much grease as your traditional sausage, just because it's like more of an 80-20 blend than like traditional store sausage is like 60-40, super heavy in fat. So I'm just gonna blot some of that off. Keep it on my plate here. And same thing, I'm gonna throw it into the blast chiller just to cool things down fast. But what you would do is just have all your toppings ready to go. When it's time to make dinner, again, you could prep all this on a Sunday. You could be prepping it while you're getting ready, and then you can build your pizza. So I'm gonna chill this down for just a little bit, and then we're gonna get our pizza built. Okay, I got our sausage, I've got our sauce cooled down. We're gonna use this vegan, gluten-free pizza crust. Again, you can use whatever pizza crust you like. A lot of times, I'm really lazy in the evenings. I'll use naan bread. I think it's Stonefire is the brand. They make actual pizza ones, or just the odd-shaped naan. The garlic one's great. So you can use whatever you want as your base. But again, today we are gonna use this Banza because it's made from chickpeas, and Brad really wants to try it. And so that's why we're gonna make it. Now, is there a right way to put the toppings on, all that stuff? Yes, no, I don't know. Like, just get it all onto one pizza crust, and then you eat it, right? So we're gonna take some sauce. And this one's kind of got a built-in like crust, which is nice. So I'm just gonna spoon it on there, get it all over. Now, depending on the crust, you might need a little more sauce, you might need a little less sauce. Whatever floats your boat, what you like from a sauce standpoint. I don't like it too saucy. I don't like it to like bite into it and it's just everywhere. That's just too much, but just the right amount. So we got our sauce on there. I'm gonna put the sausage down first and then put the cheese on. So take our ground sausage here. And again, we're just going sausage, so I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the sausage. I love my toppings. Normally, my go-to pizza is pepperoni, bacon, and then actually a ring of cheddar around the crust. Oh, it's the best. It's what I used to do when I was growing up. Worked in a little gas station bistro thing that we cook chicken and pizza, and that would be my favorite go-to. We can put it out front so I can make whatever pizza I wanted. All right, so we got that on there. We're gonna take some cheese. Again, this is already pre-shredded. You could shred your own cheese if you want, whatever floats your boat. I'm just using pre-shredded cheese. It's a lot easier. So some mozzarella. And again, I think cheese, you gotta be careful. Too much cheese, and that's what gives it greasy, nasty, it's too much, in my opinion. So just to cover it, it's gonna melt. You gotta remember that too. People still see toppings and they think, oh, it's not enough cheese. It's plenty, it's plenty. And then my secret weapon, Parmesan Reggiano. Absolutely love putting some of this on there. So I'm gonna use a microplane. So you can also use a box grater. This is just like a really fancy kind of box grater that makes it very easy to do pieces, and you have the big box. You can pick them up anywhere. They carry them all over. And we're just gonna make it rain right on there. Oh yeah. Just gives it another layer of flavor. So we got that added on. And then finally, I always add on a little extra basil and a little extra oregano. It's just my touch. Every pizza I make, it's what I always do. So yeah, just a little more seasoning. That's our oregano, a little more basil. Oh yeah, there we go. And look at that. Super easy, quick, simple. Now the instructions, I'm sorry, say 400 degrees. So I've got oven behind me at 400 degrees. We're gonna keep an eye on it. This oven cooks a little faster. It's a commercial oven, but at home, your traditional oven, 400, would be right where you'd wanna put it. So let's throw it in. And then on the flip side, we'll pull it out, cut it, eat it. Look at that, our beautiful pizza on our gluten-free crust made of chickpeas. I'm gonna let that cool for just a couple minutes so you can see it's beautiful, golden brown, crispy. It's the way I like it. Again, you can go under if you don't want it as crispy and crunchy, but I like mine to have some nice bite. It's gonna be really good. So in an evening, you can make this dish 30 minutes easy, especially if you've got extra pasta sauce that you've made, again, or if it's canned sauce, whatever you use, super easy, super quick. Now the moment of truth to actually taste it and see how good this Banza crust is. All right, and I like my pizza burning hot. Anyone that knows me will attest to it. I love to burn the roof of my mouth because I think it's just the best way to eat pizza. Let's give it a try. These oregano on my throat. Oh my God, I'm dying. All right, take 2 of me trying to eat this pizza without oregano trying to kill me. So let's give it a bite, see what we think. If you didn't tell me it was chickpea crust, you wouldn't know. To be completely honest, with all the flavors that are on there, with the sauce we made, it tastes like a pizza crust. Wow. It's great. I would definitely say I think my kids would eat this. Wouldn't know any of the difference. So if you have allergies, you can go this way. A little healthier for you. Chickpeas loaded with protein. Just a great product for you to pick up at the store. I think a lot of the whole foods and places like that usually carry it. And the last thing, we had leftover sauce. About 1 can of sauce. Again, we used some garlic. We used some fresh herbs. Super quick, super easy. We got 2 jars out of what we made, which can last us, again, the rest of the week. So if you want to save money, go in the grocery store to be able to pick up the Banza, make your own sauce. Super easy, super quick, under $5, right? A traditional, just with clean ingredients, it's gonna be a lot more than that. So hope you enjoyed the first video of hopefully many more to come. So until next time, I'll catch you on the sunny side.